The other spot in San Diego was Imperial Beach where I worked. And they determined, and it changes, right? This isn't just like 4 years they're doing it here. They just change their locations and who's going to be dropped certain where. For Imperial Beach, for a good solid 2 to 3 months, was only people, single adult military-aged men from the continent of Africa and the Middle East. And my buddies were sending me pictures of a group of 1,500 living on our side of the border. On our side, we didn't have the personnel to go arrest them. So we would arrest 500 at a time, take them to the station, process them, and I'd say, what did it look like out of 500? Out of 500, we had 50 confirmed terrorists.
So they were staging.
They were staging in Tijuana.
And filter them in.
So you had 1,500-ish. The Border Patrol would take 500, and then the cartel would drop off another 500. And they would literally get in line to be brought in. My buddies were sending me pictures and videos and saying, look at these men. They're all terrorists, dude. They're all special interest aliens. They said they were recognizing on the database 50 a day. They were determined 5 of them were known terrorists. I said, well, what would you do with the other 45 out of the 50? We would release them. Where? Into America. Well, what would you do with the other 450 that were all single adult military-aged men from Sudan, Yemen, Afghanistan, whatever? Well, we release them too. So when you hear we arrested 400 known terrorists this year, that's a lie, man. You arrested hundreds of thousands of them. Let me tell your audience, just so they have an understanding. I'm going to tell you how I told my 13-year-old son. We just had this discussion. We're talking about the terrorist watch list. And I said, Joseph, do you think that terrorist watch list, however big it is, have 10,000, 100,000, I don't know what the number is, but let's just say 100,000 max. I said, do you think the government was able to determine every single terrorist on planet Earth and put them into this list? And my son thought about it. He goes, well, no, that's absurd. I said, that's the point I'm trying to make, Joseph. There's 8 billion people on planet Earth. To assume that the terror watch list is all-consuming is to make the declaration that our government with the European law enforcement has identified, interviewed, and vetted 8 billion people. And we brought it down to 100,000. I said it's absurd. So in the Sudan or Yemen or Afghanistan, there's terrorists everywhere. They're what we call terrorists. They just call themselves freedom fighters. They're terrorists. So when I joined that group, I'm not running to the U.S. Embassy in Afghanistan and saying, hey, my name is Mohammed Sheikh. I need you to put me on the terrorist watch list. I joined the group. That's the absurdity to say, I just had 500 men that I arrested today in Imperial Beach, California, and put them through my system, but they're not terrorists. Don't worry about it. We vetted them. You vetted against what? You vetted, when they tell you they vetted someone against the FBI database and DHS database. If Mohammed from Sudan has never been on the radar in Interpol or ever been in America, he's vetted clean. Why? Because he's never been here before.
Yeah.
That's the absurdity. That's the lie they've been telling you, America. So when I tell you there's 1 million terrorists, I'm telling you there's 1 million terrorists minimum.